Okay, good day everyone. This will be my introduction video to my Ancient Astronauts series. I'm going to be talking a little bit about various extraterrestrials and possible influences on things like religion in this instance. So let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm just looking at right now at this Wikipedia page, and I'll be able to link it in the description. So if you want to read it, go ahead. But It says here ancient astronauts is a pseudo historic concept based on the belief that intelligent extraterrestrial beings visited Earth and made contact with humans in antiquity and prehistoric times. Proponents suggest that this contact influenced the development of modern cultures, technologies, and religion. A common claim is that deities for most, if not all, religions are extraterrestrial in origin, and that advanced technologies brought by Earth by ancient astronauts were interpreted as evidence of divine status by early humans. The idea that ancient astronauts existed is not only taken by academics and has received no critical attention in peer-reviewed studies. Ancient astronauts have been widely used as a plot device in science fiction. Well-known proponents in the later half of the 20th century who have written numerous books or appear regularly in mass media include blah 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 blah. So, yeah, basically the overview that proponents of ancient astronaut hypothesis often maintain that humans are either descendants or creation of extraterrestrial intelligence. And you can see this in a lot of movies like Prometheus, for example. That came out, like 4 or 5 years ago? I mean, people hated it for some reason, but I actually thought it was pretty cool. Um, when the engineers came down to Earth and whatnot, and basically were just like, oh, hey, let's create humans, or let's put the basic components of life and see what we can come up with. And obviously, the rest of the story, but there's one of those instances there that you know the Hollywood media wants you to believe, or you know it makes for a good story. That's just all I'm saying. I'm not saying this is what they want you to believe, but hey, it makes for good Hollywood movies. Um, but yeah, I was just kind of thinking about you know the if there would be a link between, like, for example, Christianity and extraterrestrial beings. Um, lately I've been thinking that, hey, this actually makes more sense, in my opinion, than just believing that some divine spirit is above you and he's watching everything you do, yet he still has the capability of fixing all these problems on Earth, yet he does nothing. So, I remember telling my friends this, and they thought I was crazy. They thought, like, oh, you're no, no, this is completely not wrong. But then they, still believe these theories, basically, because at the end of the day, we don't know, we don't know if God exists, you know, if he's able to do anything. Like, we just don't know. Like, honestly, nobody knows. But, you know, I think I would just take my chances first with this theory before I would actually believe in, vanilla Christianity or whatever. Not to say that these people are wrong and that they don't have a right to believe these things. This is just my opinion. Um, Obviously, if you guys have any other theories, please go ahead and give them to me in the comments section. But um, with the whole, like, Jesus rose from the dead on the third day, he was able to heal. He was able to heal sickness from other people. Like, what if Jesus was actually an alien and he was able to do these things uh, because of his species? And people say, oh, why would Jesus come here then? Like, why would they come and meddle with us and whatnot? And I think that if this theory is correct, um, quite possibly maybe they just came down to obviously experiment and you know research us in a developing manner and possibly try to understand our way of living, just like he came down on earth and he was born through Mary. Um, and he was just trying to understand how we would treat outsiders, because basically, at the end of the day, Jesus was an outsider. He was not, you know, he was not just human. He was, you know, if you believe in the Trinity, then yeah, but Son of God, whatever. He wasn't just human. He was more than that. So that's just kind of my opinion on it. Just let me know what you guys think. But yeah, and how he just rose from the dead, and you have, like the light beam and whatnot from when you think of Jesus being rose from the dead, you think like the clouds move out, and then you got like the ray of light coming up, and Jesus ascending. So I mean, you see these kind of things, and you're just like, hey, like we kind of see this from alien encounters, UFO encounters. So it kind of just makes you think a little. I don't know. This is just theory, of course. It's not set in stone. And also with the what was it, the Three Kings, and how the star was able to tell them where exactly Jesus would be born. Like, what if the star wasn't actually a star? Like, what if the star was actually a UFO that somehow managed to, beam some light that allowed these men to realize that, hey, this would be the right place. So just things like that, honestly, and how, if these beings were to come down and study us and whatnot, they would want to know and put someone on Earth to say, hey, research these people for us. We'll give you the necessary components, blah blah blah. You can show them our ways. Also with the whole pyramid things and whatnot, that also comes into account. But when Jesus said he would come back, I mean, what exactly did he mean by that? Like, will he come back with his species and destroy us? Will he save us? So this all really just comes to what you believe, obviously. But what if God in the Bible didn't actually mean just one being or just three beings? Instead, it meant an entire species. Like, what if God was the actual species of aliens we were talking about? Or Jehovah, Yahweh, Allah, whatever you want to put into it. Just, to me, it actually just makes more sense than the actual Bible itself, these theories. But yet again, they're just theories. So, yeah, just tell me what you guys think, and I'd like to hear more from you guys. So peace out, and thank you for listening. Bye-bye.